And welcome back to another news segment. I try and do these every week, but it depends on whether or not there's actually enough news to string together for a video. The last couple of weeks I've been a little bit busy, so there's not really been a news segment, but there's also not really been that much in the photography world that's newsworthy. So let's get started. What's new in the photography world? DP Review has finished their full review of the new Sony A9 mirrorless camera. This is the camera that Sony are marketing, saying that it's basically the mirrorless equivalent of a Nikon D5 or an EOS 1DX Mark II. Basically a pro body sports shooter. In conclusion, DP Review says, whilst we've seen that there are still trade-offs versus high-end DSLRs, the Sony A9 is a fantastic and highly capable camera, and the fact that it's comparable to those DSLRs speaks volumes. The Nikon D5 and the Canon EOS 1DX Mark II are both the result of decades of research and experience, and the fact that Sony has arrived with an A9 less than 4 years after creating its very first full-frame mirrorless camera is nothing to be sneezed at. DP Review gives it an 89, a gold award, which just so happens to be the exact same score as the Nikon D5 and the Canon EOS 1DX Mark II. Instagram. I know a lot of people out there use Instagram. Instagram has unveiled its latest feature, which is the ability to archive posts. Basically, you click on a post, you archive it, it tucks it away in a private area along with any comments. You can unarchive the photo and it will be moved back to its original spot in your timeline along with any comments. It doesn't actually delete your photograph, it just archives it, and it's a nice way to clean up your Instagram feed. Adobe has released an update to Premiere Pro. The new version 11.1.2 is available today, and Adobe recommend that you download it. It includes a whole stream of bug fixes as well as support for the Panasonic GH5 10-bit format. It also corrects certain things like certain Qt files will not import, failure to import some QuickTime reference movies, AVCI files show yellow bar in the timeline, failure of exporting 25 frames per second, interpreted footage, conversion problems is alerted when playing FCP's multi-clip sequences, option to save your media cache files next to your original does not persist. The media cache delete warning dialog is not a modal when it should be on some windows. The black line appears through the effects control panel. Audio effect parameter modifications are not properly serialized. Distortion during audio scrubbing, and a whole list of other features. Adobe Premiere Pro is what I use to actually edit these videos. So if you're running it, go get the update. The very first photograph shared through a phone was taken 20 years ago today. Person Philip Kahn done it back in June 1997. He connected his Casio QV10 camera to his laptop. The QV10 is a flip phone. He then connected his laptop to a server at home and emailed the photograph. The photograph was of his new daughter. So there you go. Could you say that Philip Kahn started the social media craze 20 years ago today? Just how good are camera phones getting? Or the phones and cameras? Elle Australia is the latest publication to shoot the cover of their magazine using an iPhone 7 Plus. If it's good enough for the cover of a magazine, it should be good enough for you to go take some pictures on. And on to rumours. Remember, rumours aren't confirmed, They're just that, they're rumours. Until you get something in your hand or something is actually being released to market, there's no guarantee that what the rumour sites have is absolutely accurate. However, in saying that, Sony Alpha rumours are basically confirming the existence and the specs of an A7 Mark III. They say that the A7 Mark III is on its way. It's going to feature a 24 megapixel sensor with an improved system, basically the same as the new A9 camera. Feature a touch screen, a joystick, just like the A9, 4K recording. It's on the roadmap to be announced after Sony announces a 135mm and a 400mm lenses. The camera is apparently going to be announced this fall. There's also a rumour about an A7R Mark III, which is expected to have a 60 plus megapixel sensor. And finally, Canon rumours are saying that the new Canon EOS 16 Mark II will ship with an all-new 26 megapixel sensor. Previous rumours of the camera had it at a 28 megapixel sensor. Other features rumoured to be in this camera is that it will have full DPAF, a Digic 7 processor, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, a vari-angle screen, not just a tilt screen, but a vari-angle like you find on the EOS 70D and 80D. It's going to have a slightly taller and deeper body than the current EOS 6D. It will feature a new battery grip, the BGE21, and it's supposed to be announced on June 29th and start shipping in August. The EOS 6D is Canon's entry-level full-frame DSLR. Canon gets a bit weird with its numbering system. It basically splits it into two. You have consumer cameras on one side and what they call professional cameras and enthusiast cameras on another side. So on your consumer side, all the numbers go up. EOS 60D, 70D is the next iteration of that, the 80D is the next iteration of that. You've got the T3i, the T5i, the T7i, the numbers go up. On the enthusiast and professional side, the numbers go down. The top of the line is the EOS 1DX. The next one down, their professional sort of non-sports, non-top of the line camera, flagship camera, is the 5D. So you go from a 1 to a 5. Next on the list is the 6D, which is their entry-level full frame, but because it's full frame, it's still considered, well, that one's more considered enthusiast. Then you've got the 7D, which is basically Canon's professional crop sensor type camera. So there the numbers go down the way, with the 1 being the top of the line and 5, 6, 7, etc. The lower the number, the lower the spec camera. Anyway, the 6D, which as I said is their entry-level full-frame body, is expected to come in at around about $2,000 mark and will start shipping in August with an announcement in June. And that's your quick news roundup for this week. Stay tuned for more news as and when it arrives, if it's very important. Otherwise, we'll try and get back to doing a weekly news update.